Welcome to season 2, Trippin' Oz with Kerry and Brad.
We're back.
This time we're taking off to the Red Centre. So today we left home, travelled 312 kilometres, and now we're at the Minion rest stop on the Capricorn Highway.
We're about halfway between Blackwater and Comet. We don't know how far we're actually going to get. We've got a lot of floods, and inland Australia and inland Queensland is all underwater. We'll see how we go as the days progress.
But I'm fairly confident we're going to get all the way without getting caught in any of that flood water. Been checking out the road conditions map, and all the roads that were blocked are now open, so we'll see. Worst case scenario, what? We turn around and go back and explore central Queensland for 6 weeks.
Or we sit and look at Winton for an extra day or two.
Yeah, true. Good morning. So today we've woken up at 6 o'clock back at the Minion rest stop. It was drizzling, a little bit of rain. Had coffee and got on the road. So we've gone to Emerald and now we're heading south from Emerald to Springshore and then down to Roma and St George. And that's because Northern Territory, where we're heading, are going to get a lot of rain in the next few days. And we're pretty sure we'll be stuck on the side of the road somewhere for numerous days and won't be able to get through to Ayers Rock. So change of plans, head south all the way down to Port Augusta and then go across to that central highway that will take you back up to the Rock. So that's the plan, is to start driving that way, which adds more kilometres and days to our trip to get there. The weather has started to brighten up a bit now. It's not drizzling. There is a few blue clouds out there. So we'll catch you down the road a bit. This, guys, I come out to video Brad tipping up a jerry can of diesel and pouring it into a funnel into the fuel tank. Look at this, a little black hose down into the tank and it just magically gets there. I am amazed. Anything to say?
I'm clever. It's called siphoning.
Back again, we've made it to St George, just fueling up with diesel, and then we'll head off to Durranbandy and stay there. There's a free camp on the river overnight. It's still raining. It started raining about 20 minutes ago or so on the highway, or the road to here. Anyway, we'll catch you when we get to Durranbandy and see what our camp's like tonight. So So we've got a caution message on the board to Dirranbandi and Hebel.
And we're going to Dirranbandi.
And we're going to Dirranbandi.
And then Hebel.
And then Hebel.
Take the next right onto Castlereagh Highway, St George Dirranbandi Road.
Okay. Two more lots of water just up in front of you there, oversized.
So we made it to Dirranbandi on the Boulogne River. This is where we camped last night. Drizzled rain all night, but the river didn't rise very far from what we could see. And today we're going to start heading to Wilcannia. I just left Dirranbandi campsite a couple minutes ago, and you can see it's really quite wet and soggy on the sides of the road, and there's little bits of water over the road. It's been good steady rain overnight. We're pretty confident that we will get through to Wilcannia. We were going to head down to Gadooga way, but it's not a sealed road, we don't think, so we're going to stick to the main highway and head to Walgett, or Lightning Ridge and Walgett way. Don't know what the quality of the road is the other way. Welcome to New South Wales. visiting Lightning Ridge. Burke Cemetery out there, and when we were here last time we did a cemetery tour and saw the gravesite of Fred Hollows, the eye specialist, and what a grave it was to see. A massive granite stone rests on top of him. How cool is that? What?
He ain't coming out.
No, he's not coming out. Anyway, we're moving on to Cobar. We have arrived at Bulla Park. It's a rest stop between Cobar and Wilcannia. We've got about 120 odd kilometres to go to get to Wilcannia, and then from there Broken Hill. So we're just going to stay here overnight. It's a lovely spot. It's off the road a fair bit. Got a rubbish bin and some tables and chairs. At least you're off the highway a little bit, so it shouldn't be too noisy tonight. And then out the back here is the goat paddock. The highway was riddled with goats. It's 5:37 in the morning. It's dark. And we're leaving Bulla Park, heading for Wilcannia, and we're on daylight saving time. And it's cold. Woke up to 15 degrees. We've made it to Wilcannia. We've filled up with diesel at $2.20 a litre. Dearest diesel so far. Gone through 90 litres of water, so we're filling up the water tank with water. And then we're going to head on to Broken Hill, which is about 2.5 hours, I think. Maybe it's 3.5, I can't remember, but that's where we're going anyway. So we'll finish this and get on the road again. Someone didn't turn the corner very well. .5 metre wide load coming down the road. Lucky we could pull off here.
Must be compensated.
Hello, no fruit, plants, vegetables.
Yes.
No car fridges or eskies.
No what?
Car fridges or eskies.
Car fridge.
I'll check that in the van as well, thanks.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we just stopped at the quarantine station and they come and actually check your fridges, all fridges. So we had to get rid of grapes, a lemon, the potato, the white potatoes. We could keep the sweet potato, tomatoes, pumpkin, snow peas, corn. We could keep the broccoli.
Keep the lettuce.
And we could keep the lettuce. Cucumbers had to go. What else? That's about it. So
There's no distinguishing underground, above ground, sort of fruit or veggies.
no, she knew exactly what she wanted. Anyway, it is what it is. We just have to make do with what we've got left.
Frozen.
We have frozen veggies, but she didn't take them, so.
She didn't get her peanuts.
And she didn't get the peanuts, or the lollies, or the chips.
That's good.
Good morning, everybody. We are on the move again today. We just left Peterborough Free Camp area. And it was a freezing cold night last night. A very cold 9 degrees for us this morning when we woke up at 7 o'clock. So now we're heading for Port Augusta Way. So out there in the distance you can see what we're pretty sure are the Flinders Ranges. They go for quite a long way. So now we have to cross over the Flinders Ranges. We're going through a pass, but I can't remember its name. Hancock Pass, we think. You can just see how dry they are. There's no green grass. The trees look half dead. I'd say they're in drought. turbine farm straight ahead there.
Looks like water behind
You reckon? It's water behind it?
Water or something.
Oh, it's a lake.
Lake or something behind
Or maybe they need to sprinkle some of that lake water over the Flinders Ranges. Make it green again. This is Heart Lake, about 40 kilometres from Pimba, heading towards Northern Territory. Lots of raisins flying around. Hairnets are in the car, of course, but we come to see the salt lake, so we'll have a look at that. Clever moment number 2. The water bladder in there. Pipe coming out to a hose. Bladder water's going into the bucket and somehow it's getting pumped with a pump. Hooked into there, pumping from... There's a little pump somewhere, that little white thing I think. Is it? It's going into that clear pipe. Into the water tank. There we go, clever moment number 2 for the husband. Outback, South Australia. Here we are at Bon Bon, camping on the side of the road. We're about 30 kilometres north of Glendambo and heading to Cooper Pedy. So we'll camp here overnight tonight and then head up to Cooper Pedy tomorrow. Typical outback spot, I think. Shrubs, low shrubs, red dirt, flies. What more could you want? Haven't seen any snakes yet, so that's good. What a pretty sunset. Outback, South Australia. At Bon Bon. Well, good morning from Mulga Well and this beautiful sunrise. The change in colour of bitumen to red and the never-ending grins. We're just coming into Cooper Pedy in about 5 kilometres. But you can already see all the little pay dirt mounds. 230 kilometres to Kuba PD. Had a little bit of a look around there. We'll explore it more obviously when we do our big lap of Oz. So in the meantime we're heading north on the Stewart Highway towards Marla. We'll see how far we get before we pull over for the night. We've made it to 20 kilometres north of Marla at Toddy's Bush Camp. So we'll stay here tonight, rest up before driving further north towards Uluru. Travelling on the Stewart Highway towards the Northern Territory border and just marvelling at the landscape along the way with the green grass on the sides of the roads instead of red dirt. It looks like they've had some rain at some stage to brighten it up. Goodbye South Australia. Welcome to the Northern Territory. Uluru's not far now.
Springs. We stayed here last night in the little free camp area down the back. There's a service station, there's a bar, there's a shop, there's a restaurant, there's a motel, even got Telstra phone boxes. About an hour from Uluru. Toilets and showers for the campers, and we're way over down there.